ॐ ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ ह्यों तत्प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तनिजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादिअवतारेभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्तिदत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण एकादश स्कंधः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Again with full concentration, enjoy the chanting of Srimad Bhagavata mantras, which are not less in power than that of Bhagavan Krishna himself. Feeling the deep devotion, feeling the deep faith, let us engross in the Parayanam. 26th chapter, verse number 25 onwards. Evam pragayan nrupadeva devah sa urvashilokamatho vihaya atmanamatmanyavagamya mam vai uparamat jnana vidhuta moha tato dussangamutsrujya सत्सु सज्जेत बुद्धिमान संत एतस्य छिन्दन्ति मनोव्यासंगमुक्तिभिः संतो नपेक्षामच्चित्ताः प्रशान्ताः समदर्शिनः निर्ममा निरहङ्काराः निर्द्वन्द्वा निष्परिग्रहाः तेषु नित्यं महाभागेषु मत्कथाः सम्भवन्ति हितानॄणां जुषतां प्रपुनन्त्यघं ताये शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति ह्यनुमोदन्ति चाद्रुताः मत्पराः श्रद्धानाश्च भक्तिं विन्दन्ति ते मयि भक्तिं लब्धवतः साधोः किमन्यदवशिष्यते मयि अनन्तगुणे ब्रह्मणि आनन्दानुभवात्मनि यथोपश्रयमाणस्य भगवन्तं विभावसुं शीतं भयं तमोप्येति साधून् संसेवतस्तदा निमज्जोन्मज्जतां घोरे भवाब्धौ परमायनं सन्तो ब्रह्मविदः शान्ताः नौरुदृढे वाप्सु मज्जताम् अन्नं हि प्राणिनां प्राणः आर्तानां शरणं त्वहं धर्मो वित्तं नृणां प्रेत्य सन्तोर्वाक् बिभ्यतोरणम् सन्तो दिशन्ति चक्षुंषि बहिरर्कः समुत्थितः देवता बान्धवाः सन्तः सन्त आत्माहमेव च वैतसेनस्ततोऽप्येवम् उर्वश्यालोकनिःस्पृहः मुक्तसङ्गो महीम् एताम् आत्मा रामश्चचारः। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। अथ सप्तविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीविदुर उद्धव उवाच क्रियायोगं समाचक्ष्व भवदाराधनं प्रभो यस्मात् त्वां ये यथार्चन्ति सात्वताः सात्वतर्षभ एतत् वदन्ति मुनयः मुहुर्निःश्रेयसं नृणां नारदो भगवान् व्यासः आचार्योऽङ्गिरसः सुतः निःसृतं ते मुखाम्भोजात् यदाह भगवानजः पुत्रेभ्यो भृगुमुख्येभ्यः देव्यै च भगवान् भवः एतद्वै सर्ववर्णानाम् आश्रमाणां च सम्मतं श्रेयसाम् उत्तमं मन्ये स्त्रीशूद्राणां च मानदः एतत् कमलपत्राक्ष कर्मबन्धविमोचनं भक्ताय चानुरक्ताय ब्रूहि विश्वेश्वरेश्वर श्रीभगवानुवाच न ह्यन्तोऽनन्तपारस्य कर्मकाण्डस्य चोद्धव संक्षिप्तं वर्णयिष्यामि यथा वदनुपूर्वशः वैदिकस्तान्त्रिको मिश्रः इति मे त्रिविधो मखः त्रयाणाम् ईप्सितेनैव विधिना मां समर्चयेत् यदा स्वनिगमेनोक्तं द्विजत्वं प्राप्य पूरुषः यथा यजेत मां भक्त्या श्रद्धया तन्निबोध मे अर्चायां स्थण्डिलेऽग्नौ वा सूर्ये वाप्सु हृदि द्विजे द्रव्येण भक्तियुक्तोर्चेतु सगुरुं माम् अमायया पूर्वं स्नानं प्रकुर्वीत धौतदन्तोऽङ्गशुद्धये उभयैरपि च स्नानं मन्त्रैर्मृद्ग्रहणादिना सन्ध्योपास्त्यादिकर्माणि वेदेनाचोदितानि मे पूजां तैः कल्पयेत् सम्यक् सङ्कल्पः कर्म पावनीम शैली दारुमयी लौहि लेप्या लेख्या च सैकति मनोमयी मणिमयी प्रतिमाष्टविधा स्मृता चलाचलेति द्विविधा प्रतिष्ठा जीवमन्दिरम् उद्वासावाहनेन स्तः स्थिरायाम् उद्धवार्चने अस्थिरायां विकल्पः स्यात् स्थण्डिले तु भवेत् द्वयं स्नपनं त्वविलेप्यायाम् अन्यत्र परिमार्जनं द्रव्यैः प्रसिद्धैः यागः प्रतिमादिषु अमायिनः भक्तस्य च यथा लब्धैः हृदि भावेन चैव हि स्नानालङ्करणं प्रेष्ठम् अर्चायाम् एव तूद्धव स्थण्डिले तत्त्वविन्यासः वह्नावाज्यप्लुतं हविः सूर्ये चाभ्यर्हणं प्रेष्ठं सलिले सलिलादिभिः श्रद्धयोपाहृतं प्रेष्ठं भक्तेन मम वार्यपि भूर्यप्यभक्तोपहृतं न मे तोषाय कल्पते गन्धो धूपः सुमनसः दीपोन्नाद्यं च किं पुनः शुचिः संभृतसंभारः प्राग्दर्भैः कल्पितासनः आसीनः प्रागुदग्वार्चेतु अर्चायाम् अथ सम्मुखः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीकुमारनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चदकरेचिद ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच This is how consistently, continuously, we have to give our ears for the Shravanam of the great Shastras Upanishads. It shows that when 2.5 years back we chanted, learned, practiced the mantra Bhadram Karnevehi Shunyama, I believe we all have chanted it so heartily that the Lord really has blessed us with this so much of listening of the Shastra in the past 2 years. But that is a very, very good beginning, and it is only a beginning. The urgency in us to know the truth or to develop the beautiful Sharanagati devotion at the feet of the Lord, it should become more and more stronger. Accordingly, only we should develop all the courageous guts along with the commitments, convictions to do the both Vyatareka and Anvaya sadhanas to totally root out, uproot, eliminate from our heart, from our life, everything which is undivine, everything which is taking us away from Paramatma, and we have to be so deep intense in aggressively doing what takes us to Bhagavan. May we all desire for this, feel for this, and in this path there is no second thought. May the grace of God and Gurus be always empower us to do what we said now. Now in 26th chapter, the beautiful one, we are trying to imbibe till the depth of our heart what Bhagavan speaking Krishna regarding the Mahima of SATSANGA and Sadhu Santa. So yesterday we have seen Bhaktim Labdhavatah Sadhoho Kimanyadavashishyate Mai Ananta Gune Brahmani Ananda Anubhava Atmani. That Paramatma who is Ananda Swarupa, that Paramatma who is Anubhava Swarupa, that Paramatma who is Atma Swarupa, that Paramatma from the totality standpoint who is Brahma, and that Paramatma alone is expressing as Ananta Guna means Ananta Rupanama. Guna means Rupanama. सो अनंत गुण नाम रूप नाम के रूप में सबके सबस्ट्रेटम ब्रह्म के रूप में और आत्मा के रूप में और आनंद के रूप में परमात्मा जो एक्सप्रेस्ड है आत्मा एंड ब्रह्म वो इज कॉल्ड व्हेन वी डिस्कवर भक्ति इन हिम नथिंग मोर इज टू बी रीच्ड therefore what is the bhakti towards ananta guna bhagavan bhakti towards brahma bhakti towards ananda anubhava atma we have tried to understand yesterday very, very exhaustively. So, thereafter, and this sloka being so crucial, it should become a regular repeated sloka for us. Our goal is to develop a bhakti towards the Paramatma. In the Nirguna Nirakara as our own self. Same Nirguna Nirakara as the self of all. Same Saguna Sakara is the Ishvara cause of Srishti Sthiti Laya. Same and is expressing in the form of Sarva, Rupa and Nama. Now, when we devalue the differentiations because of Rupa Nama, we get the ability, capacity to recognize the one Paramatma who is permeating everywhere. In the same way, with our logic, Shastra authority, when we from this side try to discover the substratum, common substratum, Maha iti tad Brahma sa Atma, behind everything, accordingly also, the differentiations from our observation go away, we will be able to be matching with everything in this world without any raga devesha. That is called as mukti. That's called as the moksha or ananda swarupata. So may we understand it more and more, feel for it more and more, repeatedly contemplate in us, increase our desire to do this sadhana, and most importantly, though we are in this Bhayankara Kali Yuga with all our prarabdha here, yet we should be able to protect the tufanic onslaught of these things which have all the effort, all the ability to flood us away from the Adhyatmic sadhana. At the same time, may we become more and more deeper and subtler, not only in the knowledge gained, but also in our sadhanas. And that will come only when we are committed and where every day we are giving hours together for that sadhana, then it will come. And this way, life after life, when we keep on doing with that, when we become deeper and deeper in understanding practice, in one of the deha, Bhagavan gives that anubhutihi. सुजानत जय देव जनाहि यमय वैसवृणते तेन लभ्यः. He will choose to reveal him to us. So in the meantime, all the Devata Rupas, in whatever the form that are explained to us through Purana Itihasa, all of them are true, their powers are true. They have come in various periods of history to bless the Bhaktas, and we also can invoke their Kripa, they can arrive, they can help us. In fact, they can remove our difficulties, they can fulfill our desires. Uske liye bhi variety of upasanas are there. Next chapter, that only. All of that also is true. This is what we were doing so far anyway, being Hindus. What we are adding to this is the new meanings of Bhagavan, new meanings of devotion, new meanings of liberation or realization or the fulfillments, which were not available earlier. So, what is the final goal? Ananta gune brahmani ananda anubhavatmani bhakti labdhavataha sadhoho kim anyad avashishyate. Answer is anyat kimapi na avashishyate. Nothing remains to be gained. In other words, if the Paramatma is not gained, everything gained is incomplete only. Still something remains to be gained. But this will not be the case. When we gain Paramatma, his gain is the ultimate gain. Everything is gained after him. And in fact, in Paramatma gain, there is more than gaining the losing only. Losing of our ignorance, losing of our delusion, losing of our own strong, isolated individuality, along with all its commotions. In this losing only, the biggest gain is there. The river discovering the Ananta Guna, Brahma and Atma of its own self, called as the ocean. The mud, the pot discovering the Ananta Guna, Brahma, Atma of its own self, called as mud. That is what is, we also have to discover that in us. Lucky to us, evening classes are in the morning, how to find that Paramatma, going into cave of the heart and inquiring about his present position. Later on, how he has to be detached from all the Upadhi, Vyashti and Samashti to discover the essential self. We are studying that subject also, complementing each other. So when both of them are more and more time in our heart, then we'll be able to feel it strongly and find time to do what is to be done, can reach out. One of the things we can help as we want to grow in spirituality is increasing our appetite for spirituality and whatever sadhanas, decreasing everything which is contradictory. Whatever the extent we can do, we can reduce them. Whatever the extent we can add our things. Increase parayanas, increasing the effort to know the word to word meaning, increase your effort to know the meaning of entire sloka. Try putting effort to understand the theme that is conveyed in those set of couple of slokas. Try to understand what exactly the entire chapter is meaning, especially this chapter. The Purura Upakhyan one side, and this side, if you see, Santa Mahima. In this way, little by little, when we increase time in that, yet it's not guarantee. We may slip back to the worldliness, we may be called for any duties, our prarabdha can bring anything to us, yet our strength towards this, when it becomes stronger, then these things we can say, oh, sometime while doing this, we may miss our classes, satsang and sadhana also sometime. That is happens to everyone, but we have to ensure that we come back onto the track. To ensure we come back onto the track in spite of all prarabdha, what we need to do is the strong desire and feeling that I must digest the meaning of the shastras and I must be able to do whatever the sadhana with all the clarity till I reach the goal. Isko druda banate jana. Then even I have prarabdha, I'll go complete prarabdha and come back. Prarabdha should not take us away again into the worldliness. देखो, experiencing self is different. Intense desire and effort to know the self is different. Mediocre way understanding Shastra is different. Living the life according to Prarabdha is different. Creating new Prarabdha by giving importance value to the world is different. We should be able to discriminate between all that, and we must know what to do, what not to do among these four. The fourth one to chodi dena chahiye. The third one should not be the end of it. We must do the second one, keeping the first one as the goal. The second one is as much as possible doing sadhana. The first one is making whole day filled with sadhana only till the siddhi comes. Remember, all in all involvement in Paramatma, Saguna or Nirguna is ultimately required for getting away from entire external, internal and to reach to that innermost. पूरा उसमें हमको समाज, that is called, word is samadhi. In every sadhana it is so. In the world also, when you want to enjoy a movie or a musical concert, you have to totally engross yourself in that. That is called samadhi in that context. So for that, these cares if you take will be safe. So after that, we have seen yesterday the example of the person in winter when he goes near to that bonfire, how he is helped in these three things. Yatopasrayamanasya Bhagavantam vibhavasum. So Bhagavantam vibhavasum upasrayamanasya jivasya. So the Bhagavan who is vibhavasu, the fire, Tejaschasmi vibhavasau jivanam sarvabhuteshu. The one who is upasrayamanasya, going and sitting near the fire with all respect, reverence, and proper maintenance, he will be freed from Shitam Bhayam Tamaha. Is it not? Shitam Bhayam Tamaha Apyeti. Same way, what we have to learn, underline is Sadhun Samsevataha Tatha. When we do Samyak Seva to the Sadhu, for us also in our life, the Jadata of the Shitalata, the Bhaya of the Samsara, and the Andhakara of the Jnana go away. The Jadata at intellectual level, at the body level. Then the Bhaya because of anything of the world. Dvitiya Dvai Bhavam Bhavati and all. Mrityu Bhaya, Jara Bhaya, Roga Bhaya, they are related to the body. So too the hunger, thirst Bhaya related to the Pranamaya. Then Shoka Moha related to Mana. All those go away. Then the most important is Andham. Tamaha apiyeti. The Tamaha means the darkness of ignorance is dispelled. In that dispelling of darkness of ignorance, what is what we clearly know. And in that only two things. One is the supreme truth, Paramatma, alone is the reality. On him only, everything other than him is superimposed. That pakka clarity comes to us. Not only intellectual clarity, one can, through the meditation guided by the same master, he can come even to that experience. But what is the most important word in this sloka is sadhun samsevataha. That samsevataha tatha. That samsevanam is the crucial word. Like in every of this sloka, we are seeing one or the other important word, one or two, three. Bhagavan is giving in front of us, Krishna Bhagavan, and challenging us or telling us to understand the importance of those important words. Here, sadhun samsevataha. So that sadhu or santa or jnani or that shrotriya brahmanishta, that guru who is anapekshaha, machittaha, then prashanta samadarshi, nirvama, nirahankari, then nirdvandva nishparigraha, unka samyak sevan karna चाहिए. That samyak sevanam, when I hint it, you will be catching it because this we are time and again listening. What is more important thing in Samyak Sevanam is complete Shraddha in him that he is Bhagavat Swarupa only. Bhagavan only came in that form to guide me toward this path of Mukti. That's the first thing we have to have when we reach to a Sadguru or Sadhu. Then at the second level of Samsevanam, tuning to him by showing our humbleness. our readiness to change ourselves, our readiness to learn from Him, our obedience. All these things, when we prove to Him, this is called as second samsevanam. And third one, most important samsevanam is anything He tells, even as a hint only, should be taken as by us as an order, and that has to be implemented. Because Bhagavan speaks through them, so every speech of them towards us only for preparing us toward the mukti or Bhagavad darshanam. So whether he tells us to avoid some eating, whether he tells us to avoid going to some place, whether he tells us to avoid some speaking or talking or doing, whether he tells us to avoid somebody or some place, or whether he tells us to do this or that, whether it is however small it may be, we should be able to practice it. That this is told by my Guru, and certainly, surely, this is going to help me in my sadhana in one way or the other. Which way it's going to help us specifically, why we need not know. Because out of so many complications in us, brought from so many lives, with each of the order, what blessings Guru is passing on to us when we execute those orders to do what repair, only the Guru and Bhagavan knows. Every treatment done by doctor, we need not know. Have faith in him, take medicine given by him, as per the dosage, etc. We can see the results. In the same way, sadhun samsevata. Then the higher samseva is what? When it comes to the teaching of Adhyatmika Shastra, Yoga Shastra, Karma Yoga Shastra, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, becoming thorough in the theoretical knowledge and whatever sadhana, if you can find time to do, then that becomes samseva. And ultimately, you see, the more we are doing seva in this way to the Guru, the more we only are benefited. Ultimately, like a finished product, when we become, Guru says, congrats, it's done. Now you can live, you are independent. That way, he leaves us only. That much selfless is a Guru, meant only for what you say, chiseling out of us, carving out of us a great idol called as Jnani or Bhakta or Mukta. Therefore, sadhun samsevataha. And nowadays, in today's Kali Yuga, that sadhu sevanam, both from the sevak standpoint, also getting reduced, even sadhus also not proving to be such great true sadhus, which who are many, but definitely at all periods of history, there are some sadhus who are very genuine, who are very deep in their experience, so kind and compassionate. Two, three things about sadhus are: one, they don't interfere with the jiva's prarabdha. Second, they don't force us to follow them. Third, they have intense love for us and want us to grow. Fourth one, they don't interfere with Ishvara's lila also, but they are powerful enough, kind enough to invoke Ishvara Kripa on us and directly also bless us with knowledge and tapasya ityadi with their speech. This is what the whole topic started only. What was that? Manovyasangam chindanti uktivihi santaha. First side line, that was the first line. Santayeta tato dustangam utsrujya satsu sajjeta buddhiman santayetasya chindanti manovyasangam uktivihi. There we started, if you remember, few days back, that topic. So, therefore, sadhu samsevanam should become an important aspect in our life. And as we want to do more and more sadhana, grow more and more, then totally dedicated to the sadhu, guru, and the instructions we do as upasana, sadhanas, then definitely we reach. So after certain age of 60, 65, some place where a great Mahatma Guru is there to guide us. Now, once we know goal is to know the truth, then anybody great Mahatma is there. We go after some days staying there. Definitely that devotion will grow. कोई भी गुरु पहले बार मिलते हैं तो there will be always doubt, there always question, hesitation in a vision. Is it not? Once we become familiar, then we can tune get. So look around in your own life. Any great Mahatmas are there? Such great places for sadhana are there. We can go. And if not, we staying at wherever we are, then online the classes of so many Mahatmas are available, books are available. So, like that Ekalavya Shishya, sitting at home only, we can tune to them. Then the rishis are of 10,000, 20,000, how many thousand years old. But luckily, time doesn't bother distance them from us. Therefore, even now when we remember Bhagavan Vasishta, Veda Vyasa, Yajnavalkya, Maitreya Rishi, or all of them are readily available for us. If you cannot have a guru living physical, then in the heart you can take up one of them as guru. Shukadeva can be our guru. Vedavyasa can be our guru. But as to a physical guru we do seva, in the same way when we do, then definitely there will be blessings from them. But in any case, sadhu samseva. But the physically when the guru is there, no, the benefits are we can ask question, we get answers. Then he can do and demonstrate to us. Then also there is chance for us to do the physical seva of ashram maintenance and all, by which we will be able to come out of our dehadi tadatmya. These are the special benefits if the guru is around. And then if you really invoke the grace of Vyasa Bhagavan, they come. You can't talk to them because they don't know English and you don't know Sanskrit. Bhavan kim vadasi, kim vanchati, badatu. They will say, kya chahiye, kyo bulaya. I say, Bhagavan, I want this and that. Ham kimapi na janami. He will go. But our gurus of today, they know our language. No? By the way, hasi mazak ki baat. So, underline the word samsevataha. Samsevata. In fact, when you do the seva to Prakriti in this attitude, when you do seva to the organization or the office, wherever you are working for salary, when you do the seva to your own parents with this bhava, some seva, everywhere there is a beautiful blessings and receiving more and more only from them. In fact, life should be seva bhava yukta, some seva bhava yukta. Yet seva means what? Serving. Serving is not only physical, but following whatever the sadhanas they tell us. सब सेवा ही होता है. गुरु कहते हैं 10 दिन तुम दिखना नहीं मुझे, that also is seva. Anything whatever does doing is seva. Bhaja sevaya. Seva means anything done, told, done. And this never clicks to a person till he develops total surrender to the Guru. What is the meaning of not clicking? He always, whatever Guru says, we add our own masala, we add our own opinion, we add whatever also we want a little. Sometimes we delete it also. We little bit edit also. All of them show our non-surrender and ego. Exactly what Guru says, exactly that way we can do. Like Valmiki ji said, when Kushalava, exactly they sang the Rama Katha, which is very tough. More tougher than serving the Guru physically, doing all the things around him, is doing exactly what he tells. मनमानी चलता रहता है ना. And more so, we have our own earlier information knowledge and we contact other gurus also, and some things they tell that also appears to be something valuable, important. Then we get confused in this. Only very few are the ones who are so deeply connected to the Guru, and then everything told by the Guru, exactly the way he tells, they do, and their sadhana, their progress is so pakka guaranteed, and that Guru also knows he is growing. More beautiful thing which is absent in some of us is what this disciple, this adhaka also knows he is growing. It's a transparent, crystal clear thing we know. When totally surrender to Guru and express that surrender by exactly doing what he says, then we can see we are growing. Itna pakka. What I had 2 years back, 1 year back, 6 months back, in me, the lack of knowledge are the other negative things. Now if you look them, all the knowledge, newer and newer, higher, greater, deeper knowledge is coming, and accordingly, all our false attachments, imaginations, images, all of them also going away. That is sadhu samseva phala. Sam is the main word here. Samyak seva. Is it not? Now keep from today, again, day after tomorrow is Guru Purnima, Guru Tattva, Veda Vyasa Bhagavan, Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavan, Pujya Gurudeva, Sri Dakshinamurti. These are the five we have to hold on to. Guru Tattva, Sri Dakshinamurti Bhagavan, Sri Veda Vyasa, Sri Adi Shankara, Pujya Gurudeva. These are our Pancha Guru, Guru Panchakam. Keep a target of 1 month from the day after tomorrow, Guru Purnima, or if possible to 1 year. Then every day by their Nama Smarana, tune to them. If possible, do the Upasana and tune to them. More greater is study the books given by them and tune to them. Even greater is catching the essence of what is said in those books and doing sadhana. And we can see we quickly grow in our sadhana. Powerful they are and their graces. So we are here discussing sadhun samsevataha. When we do the samyak seva, the sadhu, the shitam, the jadata goes away. The vayam, every samsara bhaya goes away. Then tamaha, the darkness of ignorance also goes away. Just like we do the samsevana bhagavantam vibhavasu. In our life, the shitam, tamaha, bhayam goes away in the same way. Now, how much deeply I have to feel about this sloka to get the conviction and go in search of that great Guru and dedicate at his feet our life and all the things. तो भगवान ने कह दिया क्या करना है कैसा करना, but how much we are able to go engross in that subject, it is important. Left to ourselves. Okay, now comes the 32 mantra, 32 important one. Here Bhagavan talks about some important things which we may have discussed in different context. Nimajyonmajyatang ghore bhavabdhau paramayanam santo brahmavidah shantaha नौरुद्रुढेवाप्सु मज्जताम् निमज्जोन्मज्जतां घोरे भवाब्धौ परमायनम् संतो ब्रह्मविदः शान्ताः नौर्दृढेवाप्सु मज्जताम्. How pictorial is this example and also the thought. Every word and the whole sentence and the meaning of sloka and the theme presented through that meaning. You know, I think you have caught it when you were chanting it. So, nimajja unmajjatam ghore bhavabdhau. This is one sentence. To those who are drowning and coming out of this ghora bhavabdhi. Paramayanam. Paramayana means the place of rest, the place of relaxation is santaha brahmavidaha shantaha. And not only that, they are also like nauhu iva, nauhu drudha iva, apsumajata. Apsumajata, those are drowning in the water. They are like drudha nau or nava, like a boat. So this is a literal meaning. Now you contemplate on that slope. First of all, bhava abdhi, the samsara sagara, ghora, because it is so terrible and terrifying. The ghorata of the bhava sagara is ki where we are we don't know, and what will come from what side we don't know, and again we are pulled into that ghora. Like when we are in the ghan ghora jungle, we don't know where is a valley where we fall, where is a daldal where we fall, where is a serpent comes and bites us, where is another zahirila koi kida can kato us. More than all, from where any these terrible ferocious tigers, lions attack us. In general, the ghora atavi. This is called ghora samsara atavi. The ghora atavi, a jungle. In the same way, the samudra, from where the whales come, the seals come, the crocodiles come and just to gulp us. कुछ नया सीख रहा है कहीं से आया होगा imported करके, they just take us. There are some 10, 20, 30 meter sized the jalacharas are there in the water. First we are seeing the example, then we will compare it with our own life. Not only that, in that Ghora Samudra, Where is volcano? We don't know. Where is a boulder? We don't know. And where from the big wave comes? We don't know. Whirlwind comes, whirlpool comes. We don't know. And the Vayu Gundam, the whirlpool, and taken inside in seconds only. And our energies are never sufficient to swim across the oceans. And the most worst part of the ocean is you are so thirsty yet you can't drink that water. इतना खारा खट्टा होता है वो खारा पानी. Is it not? And in general, nobody in the ocean, and around when we are in the ocean, nobody is there to rescue us. And if anybody you see around us, they are also equally drowning like us only. And when the Titanics get drowned, everybody whom you expect to help you, they are also in the equal trouble. They themselves are drowning. How can they help us out? Imagine that घन घोर तूफानी पानी में समुंदर में बंधे लोग हैं मानो. कैसा है? Physically. In the same way, the Bhavasavgara also ghora. Terrible it is. The terribleness of it is what? When do we die? First of all, that we don't know. How do we die? We don't know. Then what experiences come at what time? We don't know. Of pleasures or pains or successes or failures. And who gives what? We don't know. Ghora it is. More ghora than the samudra or well as the jungle, because in samudra and jungle, the chance only of the death of the body. But in the Ghora Sagara, not only bodily death, there is all the time there is threatening, troubling of our sensitive mind, our beautiful ego or the aham. All of them are also troubled, tortured from so many sources. And people who are so close to us, near to us, whom you think they are the entire life for you, support us, they only cheat us. जिसको हमने माना हमें हेल्प करेंगे वही हमको डुबाते जाते. दिस इज अ घोर samsara ghora and there is no end. Where do we end? We don't know. In this life also never reaching shore. How many lives it will take? What is the shore also we don't know. Shore machate jao lekin where is the shore we will never know. Ghora bhavabdhi it is. Bhayankara ghora bhavabdhi. Oh, then the Shakti of the Maya. And little small aspect of Maya Shakti is our own mana. And all the Indriyas. They look to be friends only. But we never understand that they are the terrible enemies to drown us into this samsara sagar. वही तो कह रहा हूँ देह इंद्रिय मन जिनके बिना हम नहीं रह सकते, जिसके साथ ही हम जिसको उपयोग करके हम बहुत कुछ पाना चाहते हैं, they are the main enemies to be proved later on. Because by using them, by becoming slaves to them, we become so weakened that we will not be able to know what to do, reach where to. I am explaining the word Ghore Bhavabdhav. Ghore Bhavabdhav. Bhayankar. Left to ourselves, without the help of or guidance of the Guru and Shastra, this Bhavasagar is Ghora. And this Artha and Kamana, क्या नचाते हैं हमको. गधा उल्लू क्या क्या नहीं बनाते. The great Samrat Chakravarti also was made as a donkey by that lust or desire. Is it not? And it prompts us to do so many crimes, criminalities, what not, digressing from the righteous path, doing all adharma and papa. क्या क्या नहीं होता है घोर संसार. भगवान खुद ही कह रहे घोरे भवाब्धव. And in that Ghora Bhavabdi, Nimajja Unmajjatam. Understand the meaning of this sentence. Nimajja means going down. Unmajjatam, going up. And in that Samudra, going up is only to come down again. Coming down is again to go up only. So here Nimajja means falling to the lower yonis of animals, plants, etc. Unmajjata means rising to the higher worlds of even Swarga and Gandharva with the punyam done. That is over. Again coming back. बीच बीच में हम ह्यूमन लाइफ में जाते हैं अगेन टू डू द पाप पुण्य एंड अर्न our other lokas of lower and higher. Nimajja Unmajja in one life it also means the Nimajja, the stock exchange falling down. Unmajja suddenly gained 250 points. The Nifty gained 250. I never understand what they say. Whatever they कभी देखा ही नहीं कुछ डर ही लगता है उधर जाने का. But they say something. Nimajja Unmajjata. Is it not? Sometimes somebody gave you love, unmajjatam. How maja it is. Then they hated you, nimajja. Sometimes somebody listened to you what you said, unmajjatam. Kya mera zindagi khush. The other day immediately they disobey so much. Nimajjatam. Is it not? Everywhere is it not happening? Profession mein. Nimajjanam, unmajjanam. In the home, house mein, with all the family members. Nimajjanam, unmajjanam. With the health. Nimajjanam, financial status. Ubar, niche. Your own friend circle. Everywhere, relatives, friends. Oh, Nimajjan Majata. Not only they are happening to us personally, we are helpless victims of the same experience of Nimajja Unmajja because of what is happening in the Prakriti or in the totality. Government changes and the government is very bad in the management. We are all Nimajja. See what's happening in Sri Lanka? Terrible, no? You are innocent, but the effect of it is on you because the government, whoever are there, any department. So to the Prakriti, see the Bhukampa has come. Now see everywhere India, except in some parts of North, बारिश ही बारिश. In this place 4 दिन से लगातार बारिश हो रही है. सारे स्कूल वूल छुट्टी. 1 month back it was so hot temperature. अब इतने पानी पानी. See प्रकृति प्रकोप से भी हम निमज्जन उमज्जन होते हैं. Then the government, then the Kala, Kaliyuga Kala. So I'm trying to make you in elaboration understand the meaning of what Bhagavan said, Nimajja Unmajjatam Ghore Bhavabdhav. And it goes on like this beyond even body. Depending on all our prarabdha, next line will be Unmajja or Nimajja, we don't know. Hare Rama Rama. Which family we will be born? More nobler, greater, diviner, or even worse than what we have now? Nahi bata. Which type of body we get? At least this much, which has longevity, health and all. Those who live long, healthily, they're so lucky. यार लोग 20-30 साल में दिल का धड़कन ये वो हो रहा है आजकल. Be grateful to Bhagavan for living good life. Wow. Anything beyond 70, that is also healthily, is an excellent bonus. At that time, every moment we have to use only for God. Is it not? What a beautiful thing. How long we will live next life, which place we are born, what body is given to us, who would be the friends, relatives, circles, what will the atmosphere around. पहली बात ह्यूमन लाइफ आएगा कि नहीं ये भी नहीं पता. Nimajjon Majjatam Gore Bhavabdhav. And another meaning of Nimajjon Majja is what? Sometime coming to class regularly and feeling so fulfilling. स्वामी जी एक एक चीज मैंने इतना समझ में आ रहा है. मैं मान रहा हूं कि आप बने या नहीं बने, मैं तो ब्रह्म बन गया. उन्मज्जता. Wonderful. Suddenly again something happens. Nimajjaha. I don't know, Swamiji. Nowadays, I'm not feeling interest in classes. I'm just feeling like sleeping, feeling like eating. What were you doing earlier in the class? There also I was doing same thing, but you are disturbing me in between. There is no disturbance of you. I'm eating and sleeping. Nimajjanam. Sadhaka. You know, these also Nimajjanam. Some days, what's an inspiration? 10 mala, 20 mala, 30 mala, japa kar diye. Another day you see Nimajjanam, where is mala also you don't know. Some day 4 o'clock got up and took bath, and in that later Brahma Muhurta, Om Brahmasmi, Om. Another day 9 बजे हो गया कराटे निकल रहे. Some days wonderful उपवास दीक्षा आज नहीं खाऊं, अगले दिन दबा के खाए कि यही आखिरी दिन है जीने का और खाने का. Are you seeing these thoughts syncopes happening in our life? One day the body is healthy, suddenly something happens the other day. Ghora nimajjanam. Sometimes the tears flowing devotion to God. We sing some bhajans, kirtana, in that masti we are udmajjanam. And we feel like, अरे मिल गया रे मार्ग, पहुंच गए. The moment you think that, suddenly that sattvic mood goes away, the tamoguna mood comes. For 10 days, we don't even remember a shloka. We don't even a bhajan also. Engrossed in something or the world. Nimajjan. Everywhere, no. Sometimes you do the dharma. I will not cheat anyone. I will not, for the sake of money, trouble anyone. After all, everybody is Bhagavan's expression. I should not trouble. I will be having the sin incurred. Paap lagega. Unmajja. Uttama sthiti. Really, you live like that only. After some days, again that Nimajjanam, Bhadvaja, look, I have to look at my profit. This is a different world. If you give chance to people, they sit on our head. After all, we have to have our own security and safety. क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है हम 30% ही तो ले रहे कमीशन निमज्जनम. But while doing that, the other party, how much they are suffering in their mind, in their hearts, their suffering itself is curse to us. इसका कोई चीज का अंदाजा नहीं होता. We don't even think about it. निमज्ज उन्मज्ज. Life may also sometimes without any selfishness, with all the love we serve someone. Unmajja, unmajjata, wonderful. Another time, so much nimajjanam कि कोई नहीं है मेरे को हेल्प करने वाला, प्रेम करने वाला, and everybody should love me only. That type of nimajjan हो जाता है. एक जोक याद आया मुझे. जोक मीन्स ओनली सेंटेंस. भगवान गणपति का आ रहा है ना अभी दिन, बेचारा उनका भी 11 दिन इतना उन्मज्जन कर करके ऑन द 12th डे व्हेन ही इज थिंकिंग दैट द होल कंट्री इज वर्शिपिंग मी, उनका भी निमज्जन कर देते. ही वाज वेरी सरप्राइज्ड. Always he might be excited both a week before the puja start and 5 days after the puja. Before 5 days or 10 days puja must be so excited because ये लोग मुझे ऐसे पूजा करेंगे गणपत बप्पा मोरया. Then after the 6th day is over, 5 दिन के बाद निमज्जनम. So बेचारे गणपति को भी he can't also escape that. So निमज्जोन्मचतां घोरे भवाब्धौ. And it is for everyone. Nobody is spared from this. Other than the absolute truth stage, one step below, even to the avatars also, everything is not smooth. भगवान राम का हर जीवन में कितने उन्मज्ज निमज्ज हुआ. Is it not Lord Krishna also? उन्मज्जनम निमज्जनम, उन्मज्जनम निमज्जनम. उनके लाइफ में भी Appusu and downsu. Nobody can escape. So we try to explain the word Nimajjonmachatam Ghore Bhavabdhav with sufficient examples, only to know that there will be no certainty. And the Ghorata is what? Anytime anything can happen, terrible it is. Final result of all that is only dukkha. Then imagine what a person might be looking for when he is in that ocean getting tossed up and down. Some place of support where he can sit and escape from this Inumajja Unumajja. So in between the ocean, there is something, a stone or any mountain sort of thing. कभी कभी होते हैं कोई island होता है. Imagine that island if it comes. When you go on to that land, away from the tossing up and down of the ocean, the relaxation is different. तो पानी में जो बह जाते हैं ना, उसी बंदे को पता होता है। जो भटक जाते हैं जंगल में, वो डरवर, तब उनको पता होता है। और द वन हु इज keenly observing the happenings in his own life, he will know the meaning of ups and downs. And to such person, that parama ayatanam is the word used here. Parama ayanam. Ayanam means the place where you can escape from the nimajja numajjanam and relax. Who will give us this balance of both these? Because in this thing of, as I told already, first sentence, the moment you feel happy about unmajjanam, the very next moment it is nimajjanam. And you sink to that level of nimajjanam कि क्या होगा मेरा, again immediately the unmajjanam happens. पता ही नहीं चलता कब कैसा क्या हो रहा है। हम दिन, हमारा हर दिन का मन का भी मूड भी ऐसे कि नहीं? एज आई टोल्ड यू एग्जाम्पल, suddenly one day sattva-guna, another day tamo-guna, again sattva-guna, rajo-guna, nimajja, nimajja. So he, the paramayanam for such people is who? Santaha brahma-vidaha shantaha paramayanam. So who are the ayanam? For those people who are in this Gora Bhavabdi, Nimajja Unmajjan ho rahe hain, Santaha Brahmavidaha Shantaha. The Santaha. Santa means those who are established in Sadvastu. And that Sadvastu is Brahma. And because they are established in Sadvastu Brahma, there is nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Therefore, they are in the absolute peace. Therefore, that's called Shantaha. They are the ones Parama Ayanam. Because they guide us in such a beautiful manner that we rise above all these pairs of opposites, of ups and downs. We strike that balanced life. They guide us toward the ultimate truth. And that is why he said, not only Parama Ayana, Nauhu Druda Iva Apsumajjatam. Apsumajjatam, those are drowning in the waters. When they get a Druda now, a very strong boat. Boat should be very strong. है ना? बैठ गए कोई जहाज में, बोट में, वो खुद ही टूट गया मानो. It should be very strong to take us across that. The Guru Nama is such a powerful one, which can cross across the samsara sagar. Very strongest is that boat. You know that Payoji Maine Ramanatana Sataki Nama Kevatiya Satuguru. Some sentence comes in that. So to Ananta Samsara Samudratara Naukaita Abhyam Guru Bhakti Dabhyam. So in Gita also he said Kaivartakaha Kesavaha. So in some places Guru is said to be the boat itself. In some places Guru is said to be the Karanadhara, the boatman who drives that boat and takes us across. Both are same, meaning is same. Boatman, boat दोनों मिलकर हमको पार करते हैं. So Bhagwan, our Guru, is like that. Naur Drudaiva Apsumajjatam. Those are drowning in water. For them, like a strong boat is this Santaha Brahmavida Shanta. Therefore, go to them, surrender to them, follow their all instructions. Then they help us to pull us out of these both Papa Punya Ityadi, Dharma Dharma Ityadi, and take us toward the absolute truth. Left to ourselves, knowingly, unknowingly, you do good, knowingly, unknowingly, we do bad. But the result we cannot deny, they will definitely come to us. That is why in Katha Upanishad, what Nachiketa asked, Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. Anyatra asmat, krutat, akrutat. Kruta means punya, akruta means papa. Kruta means effect, akruta means cause. Kruta means stula, akruta means karana. Stula sukshma is kruta, akruta is karana. Kruta is forms, akruta is formless. Gross and subtle. Like that, so many meanings. We can take this. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra asmat kruta krutat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. Bhuta is cause, bhavya is the effect again. Yat tat pashyasi tadvada. Tell me that if you are seeing something which is beyond all this, unmajja and nimajja, the shanta sthiti. So there Yamaraj guided Nasiketa through all those meditation techniques to that absolute truth in which all these pairs of opposite become nullified. Safe and secured blissful state. So, nimajjonmajjadam gore bhavavdo paramayanam santo brahmavida shantaha naurdrudevapsu majjata. So, our samsara and samsara दो तरह के संसार वाला संसार आध्यात्मिक साधना वाला संसार. Why आध्यात्मिक वाला संसार also is घोरा? Because if you don't know what sadhana to do, where to reach, there also we get disturbed. We get so much troubled, ups and downs. So आध्यात्मिक साधना में भी गुरु बचाते हैं. Even संसार व्यवहार में भी by telling us the power of the dharma, power of punya, they protect us there also. So available always this nava. And out of arrogance, I don't want now, मैं खुद ही तैरूंगा, ऐसे समुद्र में चले जाओ, so it is impossible. It is difficult. See how beautiful Bhagavan in every shloka trying to explain to us. And with our little rajasic, more tamasic mana, we are trying to understand. But if our mana antakarana is shuddha tattvaguni, that time the feeling which we get when we understand these things is something different. That जाकर surrender होते हैं गुरु के चरण में, then we seek the truth by his guidance. Okay, this is enough. Next Bhagavan says, Annam hi praninam pranah artanam sharanantu aham dharmo vittam drunam pretya santorvag bibhyatoranam. It is like a subhashita shloka. There are subhashitas in every of the shastra which can be culled out for any individual's simple direct sadhana or help or benefit. They come in the sequence of a particular theme or story, but they can be separately also used and studied. They are called subhashita, well spoken words, which are a part of the story only, also at the same time, which can be exclusively used for helping ourselves. So, this sloka is like that. In this, Bhagavan tells about four things. Three he tells as an example to convey the fourth one. And the fourth one is the context about the Santa Mahima, Sadhu Mahima, SATSANGA Mahima in taking us across the ocean of samsara. The ocean of Bhavabdhi means Janma Marana. Bhavabdhi means Sukha Dukkha. Bhavabdhi means Lava Hani, Jaya Marajaya. All Dvandva and Dvaita. Samsara का अर्थ होता है द्वंद्व एंड द्वैत, याद रख लेना. All Dvandva and Dvaita is samsara. Only when discover the Advaita Tattva, we go beyond samsara. There is no other option. Choice is ours. Whether you do it today, this life, or 10 lives, 100,000 lives, even Mahapralaya happened, next creation again happens, we can continue. We get the body and everything according to that yuga, that place. मुक्ति नहीं पाया तो फिर चलता रहता है. So he says first, annam hi praninam pranah. Dekho, what a beautiful line it is. Did we ever imagine that that day, same thing when we study in the Upanishad, will be told again in the Bhagavatam? कितने बार हमके दोनों मिलकर आ रहे हैं कि नहीं? भूरिति वै प्राणः भुवरित्यपानः सुवरिति व्यानः मह इति अन्नम् अन्नेन वाव सर्वे प्राणा महीयन्ते. Do you remember somewhere morning 11 hour class, 10-11 hours back we studied, 10 hours back. याद है कभी पढ़ा था? In that व्याहृति उपासना in the अशोक चक्रवर्ती काल में या चाणक्य जी के काल में हमने पढ़ा ना, याद है? भूरिति वाय अग्नि भवरिति वायु सुवरित्यादित्य महिति चंद्रमाः चंद्रमसा वाव सर्वाणि ज्योतिगंसि महीयन्ते. There we said na, bhu is pranaha, bhuva is vyanaha, bhuva iti apanaha, svar iti vyanaha, maha iti annam. Because of the anna only, these three pranas are there. Therefore, annam hi maha, maha is brahma, brahma is atma. That is why the next portion in the Taittiriya, we will see. Annam brahma upasana, annam brahmeti vyajanat, annadhyeva kalvimani bhutani jayante, annena jatani jivanti, annam prayante visamvishanti iti tadvijnaya. So 2-3 times comes the Anna Brahma Upasana in our present Upanishad Taittiriya. So Annam hi praninam pranaha. So there the prana is pranapana vyana, and because of pranapana vyana only, the life is there in this body. The jiva is able to exist in this body. Therefore, here he says annam hi praninam pranaha. So the prana for the all prani is annam. It is tree also a prani. It has its own annam of the lavanas, the salts and all. Every bird has its own annam. Every animal has its own annam. And all the anna for all the devatas, rishi, muni, human being, pitur devatas, they are said to be 7 types. Sapta annam it is called. It is in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Sapta Anna Brahmanam it's called. Having created all the beings, Bhagavan gave them the Anna, the 7 types. From those 7 only the million types of varieties have come. Sapta Anna Brahmanam. So the Annam to the Pitur Devatas, they Swadha, so the Devatas, they Swaha, like that are all the description. They're very mystical they are. Anyway, Annam hi Praninam Pranaha, Praniyam ka Pran kisme hai Anname. For all of us also. When we do the Anushan, for some days, slowly the Prana Shakti gets reduced. Totally we stop eating, even drinking, भोजन पानी छोड़ दी, प्राण ही इस देह से उड़ जाएगी. नहीं रह सकते इस देह में. Only the Mahayogis who have transcended Pranamaya Kosha और समष्टि प्राण से जिन्होंने तादात्म्य किया, to them there is no hunger, thirst, there is no need of anna, yet the samashti takes care of this deha. That is what in the Falashruti of the 6th Anuvaka of the Taittiriya Upanishad. Bhurityagno pratitishthati, that is the meaning of Anna Upasana. You reach to the Anna. Bhurityayau ayau mahiti brahmani स्वरित्यादित्ये mahiti brahmani. Then apnoti swarajyam apnoti manasasapati. So annam hi praninam pranaha. Baba yaad rakho. Therefore, by taking away from somebody the annam, or by polluting the annam, by all the milavati wala annam dekar, if we become cause of dukkha or the murder of others, bhayankara papa we are doing. कभी भी किसी का अन्न छीनना नहीं चाहिए, किसी के पेट में लात नहीं मारना है. Negative. Positively, if you give the annam, you have given the prana to that prani. Whether the person is good or bad, all secondary, सब सुधर सकते हैं. पहले उसको जिंदगी देना है. For that, give खाना. See, that's why even the most criminals, they are given food. खाओ पहले, then the case, investigation, interrogation. If it is found to be guilty, convicted, he may be hanged also. That's okay. But till that time, he will be given annam. Because कुछ जीना, सबको जीने का हक है. अन्नम ही प्राणिनाम प्राणः. Every day, with our hands, at least some jiva should be given the annam. That heart we have to develop. The पशुओं को दाना दो वगैरह जो भी केयरफुली रहते हैं, कोई जीव ह्यूमन बींग्स यू कैन गिव खाना अननोइंगली जस्ट कोई लंगर लगा देना कभी. अन्नदानम महादानम. See, विद्यादानम इज मोक्षदानम, बट दैट विद्या यू विल गिव पहले वो तो जिंदा हो तो ना. Anything is valid. See, you can give a person clothes, ornaments, lands, houses, cash, even jnanam. When? Only when that fellow is alive. But to be alive, first you have to give the food. There was सबसे important annam. अन्नम ही प्राणिनाम प्राणः. क्या बढ़िया है कि नहीं बात? You have to feel that. In your own home, servants, etc. are there. See that they are given proper food on time. भूखे मत रखना. वैसे आजकल लकीली युग ऐसा है किसी को खाने की चीज की कमी ज्यादा नहीं है, बट द मिलावट खाना में ज्यादा हो रहा है. दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम. एंड द फूड इज मेड एंड प्रोसेस्ड एंड गिवन by the very cruel minded people. Therefore it is having that negative effect. थोड़ा वहाँ सुधार लाओ तो बढ़िया रहेगा. अन्नम ही प्राणिनाम प्राणः. Okay. Second one, आर्तानाम शरणम तु अहम. See, आर्तानाम आर्तिहंतारम भीतानाम भीतिनाशनम द्विषताम कालदंडम तम Ramachandram namamyaham. Artanam sharanam tu aham. For those who are in the arti, I am the only one, Sharana, that I will come and remove the arti. So, harati sabu arati, arati ramaki. Three different words. Harati, arti, arati. Arati is which we give. Arati कहना चाहिए उसको. Arti is distress. Harati means taken away. श्री राम जी की आरती हमारे आरती का हरण करती है. इसलिए डेली मंगलम कौशलेन्द्रा मैंने गुणाम थे चक्र तनुजाय सार्वभौमाय मंगलम राम आरती मंगलम कौशलेन्द्राय मंगलम श्री कुरुक्षेत्र नक्षत्र विहारणे पार्षद रूपा गीताचार्य मंगलम. सो आरता नाम आरती हंतारम is Bhagavan. So, annam hi pranya pranaha, arthanam tu aham sharanam tu aham. Okay, the three main examples are arti are, one is the Gajendra, arti, when the elephant was caught by that crocodile, then Indradyumna Raja became the great king of the elephants. You know, he was a king, therefore he became king of elephants. Like a politician, if he does lot of papa, when he is Prarabdha demands him to take a birth in a when the dog जाति, he will be leader dog there. पूरे गली में ये पहले भौंकेगा, बाकी सब बाद में. Like if I die and by Prarabdha takes me to become a Mendak, let us say, Mandukya Upanishad. So I will do the lecture only because I am doing this only. So that Raja Indradyumna became Raja Elephant. But 1,000 years he fought with crocodile. Arti, margat pahi Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. In this way he prayed, came Bhagavan and protected him. Example 1. Second example is that of Prahlad ji. You know, his father was trying to kill him, get him killed in so many ways. And he only came and protected. Like in a third one is that Mata Draupadi, Arti. Nobody could help her at that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 husbands she had. Krishna Vasudeva. She said, Hridayeshwara Prananatha. He came then, Vastravataram Srikrutya Rakshitavan. So too Sita Mata, Ramji made Setu and protected her. Arti means unbearable pain. Like Hanumanji, Pooch Jalaya. It is unbearable pain, but it was no pain because Bhagavan ne Raksha ki. Artanam tu Sharanam tu Aham. और पहले से शरण में रहते ना वो आरती वाली स्थिति नहीं आती. No, the very sublime intermediate things I don't want to share them. That will take us to different topic altogether. एक दो बात है ना. Even if the death is inevitable, there also Bhagavan protects us in a way that the death happens smoothly. We are given a very comfortable place subsequently when we have taken him at his feet the refuge. आरती में है भगवान शरण शरण कहा, लेकिन तब तक टाइम हो चुका है. वी आर डाइंग, वी कांट अवॉइड इट. अब इतना बॉडी बर्निंग हो गया 90%. इट इज आरती. द वन हुज बर्न मोर देन 60%, थर्ड डिग्री, ही कैन नॉट बी अलाइव. बट दैट पेन इज सो अनबेरेबल. ना सबसे ज्यादा पेन होता है बॉडी जब जलता है. ये सबक्यूटेनियस में जाता है तो इट इज अनबेरेबल व्हेन द मसल्स एंड ऑल ऑफ देम गेट बर्न्ड. आई हैव गॉन 3 times to the burning wards in the hospital's mortuary. देखा मैं. For some reason I had to go. Oh, pain. The burning wards अलग होते हैं emergency wards में. And the people get burnt during all forest fires or any और जो गैस वो होता रहता है. So दुख it is. At that time, Sharan Sharan will say, he will take that jiva out of the deha without pain much, and he will give pani. सब कुछ the जीव को देकर समझाकर, now this happens, so your प्राण have to go. Now this is your next body, take there and all the best. These are the things subtly Bhagavan does if we take his Sharana when we are in the Arti. Okay, and the spiritually means psychologically, Arti means the unbearable pains in the mind, especially When the most loved and dear ones leave us and go or cheat us and go. देखो ना, ये आज से ये सदमे ना हर एक बंदे को जिंदगी में अनअवॉइडेबल होते हैं. That is the way we get freed from attachments. That is how Bhagavan teaches us. You can't trust anything in this life. Only Bhagavan को trust करना. And not necessary it will happen. Depending on our own prarabdha, it may happen. But many of us will have somewhere or the other बड़ा धक्का सदमा कुछ ना कुछ खाए थे ही जरूर. And that is not given by any one place. It is we only have invoked it with our karma. That's called arti. An accident, a fire accident, a big loss of money, near and dear ones gone away. So much of unbearable physical pain, psychological pain. आरती सोचा उसने नौकरी मिलेगा, एवरीथिंग क्लियर, 2 मार्क्स में मिस हो गया मानो. आरती. So many women बेचारे 8 months they carry, suddenly aborted. See that arati to them. It takes months for them to come out of that dukkha. Oh, each one has different. बाबा हम ना हमारे दुख सबसे ज्यादा है ऐसा सोचते हैं. In fact, we are much better placed than millions of jivas in this world. If you see the arti of the other than human yoni beings, or the pashus or the कृमि कीटक, वो लोग भी जीव ही है ना. अब उनके सामने हमारी क्या आरती है बताओ. हम्म. बाबरे, जीवनम दुर्भरम. तुरंत देह तादात्म्य से पार होकर परमात्मा को जान लो, सारे आरती गाती. सो अन्नमी प्राण प्राण आर्तानाम ताम शरणम. थर्ड वन, धर्मो वित्तम नृणाम प्रेत्य. फॉर द पीपल हु आर dying, after that where do they go? That depends on the wealth called as dharma or punya, which they have earned while living. In exchange of this dharma punya only, the higher awards bodies are given to us. With these examples, you want to convey the fourth one. Santaha arvag bibyataha aranam. Arvag bibyata means जिनको नीचे गिरने का डर हो रहा है. अर्वाक नीचे गिरने का, बिभ्यतः डरने वालों के, संतः अरणम, यू हैव टू ऐड द श, इट बिकम्स शरणम. रणम अरणम इट इज सेड, यू हैव टू ऐड श, इट बिकम्स शरणम. Actually, it is Aranam. Aranam is the protection. Samyak Aranam is Sharanam. So, for those who are falling down from the spiritual stature, animal and devilish, Sant are the only ones to protect. 2 more shlokas are there. I think today we can't see it. Tomorrow we will do. Thank you. A good topic today. And I'm sure, I believe tomorrow we'll be concluding this particular 26th Sarga or chapter. Let us see Ramayana for some time.